Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where the new expansion Dawntrail has just begun, and we want to start the main story quest here today. A new world to explore. Welcome back, Desiree. I've just had word from Erenville. It seems he managed to secure passage to Tuliyollal aboard a guild ship vessel. Why don't you wait in the main hall while I go and inform your travel companions? It should only take a moment. So this is the new quest started zone. Not my favorite, but okay. Ojika gave us good news. We've made ready to set sail at a moment's notice. The only one yet to arrive is Erenville himself. Ah, you're all here. It took some persuasion, but the Gleaner's guild ship has granted us places aboard the vessel bound for Tuliyollal. There'll be other passages, researchers and artisans and the like, so we need to share deck space. That's fine, Erenville. I doubt anyone expects we have a ship all to ourselves. We're not casting off just yet, so if you have any lingering concerns, now's the time to voice them. I wouldn't call it a concern, but everyone's still clear on what it is we'll be doing at Tuliyollal, yes? We have not forgotten. The nation of Tuliyollal is in the midst of deciding its next ruler. As your chosen allies, we will assist you during the rite of succession and support your bid to become Dawn's servant. In addition to that, Alvin and I have another objective. As part of its reconstruction, Garlemald seeks ways to reconcile and re-engage with its neighbors. By visiting Tuliyollal, we hope to learn more about how its myriad cultures interact with one another. How they find common ground, develop stronger ties, the sort of insights that might help our friends in Isabad. But we pursue this goal in our own time. You can be assured that we'll give the contest all due attention. That's all I ask. Otherwise, you're welcome to do as you like. You wanted to find out about your grandfather, right, Kyle? Yes, as far as we could determine from the old missive I found, he had been tasked with investigating the Golden City by your father, the Dawn Servant. Yet oddly enough, we have no record of that investigation in our archives, and nothing to explain the earring which accompanied the letter. But for reasons both official and personal, I would very much like to get to the bottom of this mystery. I'm sure there'll be a chance to speak with Papa. You get your answers right from the source. I look forward to meeting him. In any case, you're not the only one with interest in the City of Gold. The Golden City is a children's bedtime story. I'm part of this expedition only because the third promise has commanded that I serve as guide. Still playing the part of a stoic servant, I see. What of you? Don't you dare tell me you've changed your mind. Hoist sail and let the wind take us as she pleases. Well said. You won't get far wallowing in the shallows. Right then. If all are still committed to the journey, then I say we make ready to depart. Eager as we are, the others have already left for the harbor. We're not in danger of missing the boarding call, but perhaps we should be on our way as well.
savoring the moment? I can feel your excitement, your eagerness to explore the unknown.
Well, for once, the fate of the world doesn't rest on our shoulders. We might even get a chance to enjoy ourselves.
Question is how long?
Do not be so quick to relax. Oh, Tural may seem but a short sail away on a map. The vast seas between brim with peril. The treacherous waters of Shade's Triangle alone have claimed countless vessels.
Ah, the Bermuda Triangle.
Even following the safe route plotted by Admiral Bufiswin herself, this will be no pleasure cruise.
Perhaps, but my voyage here was uneventful enough. Disappointingly so.
Either way, the two of you have first-hand experience, which will be of great comfort in the days ahead, I'm sure.
Aye, it's nothing new to us.
All aboard! We're casting off!
It's time. I trust you have everything you need? And so does our ship cast off from the docks. We sail west, as Kettenram did some 80 years past, bound for the New World, known to her children as the continent of Tural.
Trash?
Just wait, Papa. When this contest is said and done, it'll be your daughter who sits the throne. Me, Woklamat!
I half expected her to have a slapstick comedy situation where she almost falls into the water. But no, Buklamat stands tall.
Smooth sailing so far?
Aye, so far so good. But this sea, she's a fickle one. Calm one moment, blowing a gale the next.
I'll take my rest while I can then.
We left port what seems an age ago now, and we've seen naught but open water ahead. I knew Tural was far, but it's another thing to really know.
Indeed.
Speaking of which, some of our fellow passengers have made this trip before. Several times, in fact. I was able to learn a few things about Tuliyollal and the right of succession. Since we still have a long way to go, why not have a chat with them yourself?
Sure.
Did you look out across these same waters, grandfather?
Also, I've already read people saying they can't tell the difference between the graphics update this expansion brought and how it previously looked. I can't understand that because I see it pretty clearly. It's subtle, but it is everywhere, really. Have you spoken with our shipmates? Tuliyollal is a good distance away, and it might be a pleasant way to pass the time. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. Seasick? I can feel my edge starting to dull on these long sea voyages. How about some light sparring later? I see you in Eorzea before, you great and famous hero. I've had enough of playing the simpleton. There was a time when we took great pains to maintain the deception. But with more of you Eorzeans coming to the world, it's become impractical. Besides, my mercenary days are over. Too many of our warband have fallen, and so we at home to lick our wounds. My story? Well, since you asked, I wanted to retrace the historic journey of a great Kedanram. You know, the first Eorzean to set foot on Tural almost 80 years ago. The Mamuja's leader is said to have welcomed Kedanram with open arms and sent him home with a bounty of silver as a token of their friendship. But the real treasure was the crops he brought back. Potatoes, tomatoes and corn, which spread across Eorzea like wildfire. His grand adventure led to a culinary revolution. The tales say Kedanram returned to Tural several times after that, but his ship vanished during his last recorded voyage. He was never heard from again. That even a seasoned explorer like him could meet such an end is testimony to the ocean's peril. I look forward to a long soak in the hot springs of Ukopacha, and no complaints when I dance or Paffingtons. Some parts of Tural are said to be so remote that not even Kedanram made it to them. If I could explore those places, then perhaps I'll become even more famous than him. I heard Admiral was looking for passage to Tuliyollal, so I managed to squeeze his party aboard one of our chartered vessels. As fortune would have it, we have just scheduled an expedition to Tural. Did you want to make a wager? We're taking bets on who sat next in the Dawn Servant's shiny chair. There are 4 claimants in the right of succession. Your young Buklamat, one of them, of course. But from what the Mamuja bloke was telling us, the other 3 are strong contenders. Not too many keen to risk their corn on the 3rd promise. Wait, I recognize you. You're the champion of Eorzea. The 3rd promise has you on our side, then shifts the odd a fair bit. I might have to change my bet. I'm told the vessel has been equipped with a barrier generator to protect us from storms. A reassuring thought, though nevertheless I pray there will be no need for it. And if we want to swim back to Charlie, we can do that. An adventure, I presume? I'm a merchant myself, based in Ulda. Specialty imports and exports, Eorzean and Turali both. If this is your first crossing the salt, as I say, do remember that the social mores of Eorzea are not necessarily the same as those over yonder. Consider this, it's not uncommon for various races to be referred to instead by the names of certain clans. From Mikota, the Red Sarrow, the Rufka, the... however you pronounce it. Shabral? Not because every member of a given clan is of the same race, mind, but because many individuals of said race are associated with that clan. Fair assumption in certain cases, but take care not to give offense. Oh, this will be my first visit to Tural. Fonjetan, the name. I was working at Ashtam's Aesthetics in Uldar, you see, but my employment with them came to an end. That's why I visited Charlie in the hopes of starting over. While I was attempting and failing to find a new job, I seized a chance to board this vessel, and I overheard room for another passenger has suddenly opened up. I'm told the Dawntrail welcomes all, regardless of origin, and so Tuliyollal seemed like the perfect place to begin anew. Hopefully things look better this time. Did you learn anything of interest? Oh, I hadn't heard about the clan names. We should have Vuklamat and Erenville teach us the ones we should know. Actually, it's getting a bit chilly up here on deck. Let's all gather in the cabin.
We're in for a proper storm, it seems.
How's your stomach? Any better?
I don't know what you mean. I don't get seasick. I'm just feeling a little nauseous is all.
Isn't that what seasickness is?
I think so.
Erenville, you were born in Tural, yes? Do many Viera live there?
The Shetona, as my people are called, have settlements mainly in the north, in Shaktural.
And your family?
I know nothing of my father, not even his name. As for my mother...
We're in the teeth of it now, lads! Reef that sail before the mast snaps!
Oh dear.
Only elders at watch! This wind's too strong to take any sail! Man falling off the mast! We need help! Get him below decks first! Quickly! Before he's washed overboard!
Come, we should lend what aid we can.
Is it smart to let Vuklamat run with us when she has seasickness?
I have not seen the ocean rage with such fury before or since. The heaving waves tossed our ship about like a toy, sending sailors tumbling. The dauntless Alizé, quick to the rescue, was almost lost to the sea herself.
Now the storm shit, yeah.
Meanwhile, our champion rushed to deploy the vessel's magical defenses, and thereby shield us from the lightning. What an extraordinary life she must lead to be able to operate such a device with practiced ease. Vuklamat, too, threw herself into the rescue efforts, though one might have mistaken her for another soul in distress. By the time the unruly seas had calmed, our strength was all but spent, and we had yet to even glimpse the shores of Tural. In retrospect, of course, that battle against the storm would prove a fitting prelude to the coming contest for the throne.
Land?
Morning. Joining us for some fresh air? Seems my belly has settled along with the weather, but I'll feel much better once we're on solid ground. Ugh. Can't be much farther now, can it?
Surely not.
Seabirds. Land must be near. You need only hold out a while longer.
For a dark moment, I thought the ocean might swallow us. Glad to have my pessimism proven wrong.
In other good news, I examined the sailor who took a fall, and he's faring well. I'm sure he'll make a full recovery.
Good news indeed. If all's well, then we needn't delay in launching the landing boat. Ships have to lower anchors some way from shore. Too close, and they risk having their underbellies ripped open by the reefs that crowd Tuliyollal's coasts. Come.
Thanks for bringing us all this way.
Ha! We only did what we were paid to do. Couldn't hardly set you adrift halfway. If anything, it should be us thanking you for helping us through that beast of a storm. As a matter of fact, everyone's starting to fancy your chances in the contest. At this rate, we won't be able to lay wagers no more.
Then I better not let you down. Easy, stomach. Easy.
We're the last to board. If there's nothing left to say, then let's shove off, shall we?
Blue seas, clear skies, and boundless possibilities. I dare say our destination will soon be in sight.
Enjoying yourself for a change?
There, look, my friends. Behold the scene of our next great adventure.
At last, we are come to the land you call the New World. To my home, Tural.
Title drop. Dawntrail. Tuliyollal.
Gods, I've seen cities with an impressive mix of cultures, but this is something else.
Is that a... No. I've never seen Vanu feathers in that color before.
You'll find much here you never knew existed. There may be a sea route now, but visitors to Tuliyollal are still few and far between. And as we don't build seafaring ships, only a handful of Turali ever venture abroad.
Mamulja sellswords mostly. Those willing to play the fool sail with Lominsan merchants to secure employment in Eorzea.
I suppose that makes us a rare sight in your country.
Rare and currently undocumented. Were there some forms we should fill out or...
Forms? Did you forget who you're traveling with?
You are outsiders? Visitors to Tural?
We are.
Our nation is soon to hold a right of succession to choose its next Dawn servant. We will not abide interference from foreign agents seeking to foment trouble. What brings you to Tuliyollal?
I can answer that. These fine people are allies in my succession bid.
Third promise. If you vouch for them, then all is well. Of course.
Please, accept our apologies.
No need to bow and scrape. That our soldiers are so diligent in their duties fills me with pride.
We'll be continuing our patrol then.
Well, well. You really are a figure of authority here.
Are you suggesting I don't look the part? Anyway, first things first. I bid you welcome to Tuliyollal.
Thank you. Good to be here. I wonder what kind of trouble these soldiers were expecting. What an amazing city, as lively as Uldar, and even more colorful. Ah, it's so nice to feel that familiar breeze again. I wasn't sure my stomach would make it. According to Erenville, the one who I saw belonged to a clan known as the Hanu Hanu. It seems to share more than a physical resemblance. Well, despite the storm's efforts to the contrary, we are here, safe and sound. You have arrived in Tuliyollal. You can return to the city at any time by speaking with the Swart Sailor in Scholar's Harbor in Old Charlian. I would ask if the journey tired you, but I'm sure you've endured far worse. The nation of Tuliyollal. Right then, first things first. I'm still a bit queasy. No more boats for a while. I realize we've just arrived, but we should get you familiar with the city before the rite of succession begins. No arguments here. I should very much like to explore. Then I'll guide you. Are you sure you're in any condition to do so? Aha! You're wondering who these strange folk were, so the third promise has found herself some new followers then. Followers? Muglamat, are you unwell? Not at all. Couldn't be better. The third promise does not get seasick. No, sir. So my hand-picked entourage here, I've recruited them to help me win the rite of succession. Was about to show them around the city, in fact. That sounds lovely. But a group of foreigners is going to attract attention, especially in the company of a third promise. Everyone will be curious. We certainly will. Your siblings have a tendency to command a respectful distance, but you're just so easy to approach. And I enjoy it so much when you do. Please don't ever worry that you're a bother to me. You're very kind. Good day to you, for promise. They did have a point. Vuklamat is technically royalty here. Like it or not, a personal frustration surrounded by this many outsiders is bound to draw a crowd. Wait, what do you mean, technically? I suggest you move in two groups as to attract less attention. Just technically ignoring me then. Desiree, you and Kryle can come with me. I'll take the twins then. We'll get in touch once we have a good look around. The voyage was hard on all of us, so take it slow and recuperate. We have time enough for that. Enjoy your wanderings. Perhaps we should wait a bit? At least until Vuklamat's nausea subsides? No need for that. Look, I'm ready to go. Alright. Tuliyollal isn't going anywhere. Let's give Vuklamat a little more time. Alright. And I think I just end this episode here. And we continue this next time. And explore the city with Vuklamat and Kryle. Until then, I'm Mace and don't get lost.